What's up, you guys? Welcome back to another episode here on the channel. Today we're actually going to go check out the Slightly Mangled shop here, and I've got a special guest with me here today.
What's up?
Yeah, so this is Jake. He's the owner of this beautiful garage and all these creations and cars, and figured we'd go ahead and give you a walkthrough plus a little bit of an update on the car here today. So let's go ahead and take a look and see what all we've got here. A big thank you to this week's sponsor, Saudi Daisy Speed Shop. Saudi Daisy Speed Shop specializes in everything from custom builds and hot rods all the way down to daily driver maintenance and repair. They also do window tinting, which is pretty cool. They're located just outside of Chattanooga, Tennessee. If you or someone you know has a hot rod or classic vehicle that needs some mild restoration work, engine work, or any other work, feel free to hit them up online or check them out on YouTube here as well. Thanks again to Saudi Daisy Speed Shop for sponsoring this episode. Alright, so Jake, why don't you walk the people through the first car?
This one's a 94 EX Coupe, Honda Civic, EJ1 if you want. It's a D15B, single cam VTEC, 1.5 liter, nothing special. This is a 340,000 mile chassis. Definitely pretty rough around the edges, but I like it. It's fun to drive. Little Canjo livery, row of slaps, you know.
Cool. And I'm sure all of you guys are wanting to check out what's behind it here. So this is your gambler car here, Jake.
Yeah, this is my Gambler 500 car.
And you built this car, right?
Yeah, I built this one about middle of 2018. This one's a 99 Honda Civic EX. It has a D16 Z6 out of a 95 EX. Has a little bit over 400,000 miles on the engine transmission and about $250,000 on the chassis. It is lifted 3 inches on 235, 75, 15, or 29-inch tires, whichever measurement you prefer. And then everything else is just kind of custom fab stuff. Tire carriers are actually just spare tire. They're actually just spare tire carriers for a trailer I got from Harbor Freight. They happen to fit a 4x100 pretty good. And then this is all just some scrap tubing that we kind of welded on here, and made some gas jug mounts so we can carry our gas with us. I call this the Exo Mullet. If you look at it from the side, you kind of got the flat on top and then it comes down, kind of mullet style. I don't know. Then of course it is caged on the inside. It's kind of a wreck right now because getting ready for the next gambler season and going through all my extra parts and stuff. But that is a cage that me and a friend made. So we're able to build it, you know, to fit the car how we need it to.
Yeah, it's been in there pretty nice, you know, with the cage all the way up top and just barely there. Gets me excited for what we got going on ours over here too.
Yeah,
it's wild.
Ben and I are 6 foot tall human beings, so I pushed my cage really far back so I still have some leg room. I'm sure we'll do the same thing to Ben's car as well.
Absolutely. And I do ride back here on occasion.
With the cage.
With the cage. I get all my camera gear and everything, and it fits just like perfectly back in here. So that's pretty awesome. All right. So now, onto this poor thing. Right? This shop. So tell everybody about the banners here on the wall. What all you have? I mean, like, you've got like 80 million of these things. Let's shed some light on it.
So I'm a fan of Japanese stuff, kind of obviously. All I have is Hondas, but this just kind of goes along with that. They're Nabori flags, and I just kind of collect them from all the different companies. Most of these companies are actually American companies that are just like Japanese inspired, but they are mostly limited edition drops, and I don't know, I just like them. I think they look cool hanging up.
That's pretty cool. And you've even got like a Michelin Man up here with the Japanese lettering and whatnot.
So,
the man up here.
Yeah, and then Mount Fuji on the other side.
So it's actually a Mount Fuji banner. That is absolutely crazy. I didn't even know about that, Jake, dude. Okay, so moving on here.
Well, don't gloss over the current project, which is your car bin.
Of course, this thing currently interiorless. Yeah, it's coming along okay. We had a little bit of an issue. We kept smelling a smell from the inside, and that smell ended up being some mold. So we've been combating that by plugging up a fan. Here's the cord for it, and just leaving it on with the doors open. It seems to be helping itself out pretty much. And then when we get to the front, you'll get to see some progress updates.
Yeah, here's a quick sneak peek. We are actually in the middle of doing the subframe drop.
Yeah, so as you can see, let me zoom out a little bit. There we go. You can see the jack with the pole on it here, supporting up the subframe right here. And we're basically getting ready for the subframe drop. We've got a couple of key components coming in, but this will give you kind of an idea as to how much subframe drop we're gonna have. About, you know, this much, 3 inches worth of subframe drop up in here, and it'll be all the way around. So can't wait to get those parts in from HRG. Those guys have been great so far. And speaking of HRG, over here on the lift, we got one of those spindles completed with the hubs and bearings and everything. Jake, thank you so much for you know, getting that taken care of last week.
Absolutely no problem.
They look really, really good.
The hubs are from Yonaka.
Yeah.
And they are what's referred to as the 36mm hubs. So they accept the larger CRV B series axles and the K series axles from like your RSX Type S.
Yeah, that was super confusing to me because when I went to go order the things online, it literally said K series, and I'm like, well, Jake sent me this link, I'm not even going to question it. So I was like, okay, whatever, I guess it fits them both. Well, cool. And then, so there's that one, and then over here, you may have seen in the background of some of the videos if you're over on his channel, this thing. Tell us about this car right here.
Okay, so this is the project that I'm probably most excited for out of my 3. This one is going to be a 500 horsepower single cam, minimum. It's a D16Y8. And honestly, the parts list is way too long to rattle it all off right now, but it is going to be, a pretty fun car. Been talking to some people, and they're kind of wanting me to maybe turn it up to more in the 600 range, because let's be honest, the 500 horsepower single cam has been done a few times now, and some guys are even up into like 700-800 range. So I think I'll open the power on it a little bit. We'll see what happens when the time comes. But I have been collecting parts for this, and a little bit of machine work's already happened. The engine is almost ready for assembly. The head's built. Just got to assemble the rotating assembly and get it all together, but I don't have any of the accessories. I don't have fuel rail or fuel injectors or anything like that. But hopefully sometime next year, I'll get real serious about this project and really get to working on it. It does already have some functional foreign coilovers. Not the best in the world, but at least it's not some eBay sleeves.
Look at that thing. And then we'll make our way back over here to the parts pile a little bit. So, yo, here's what we've pulled from the donor car.
Junk single cam. B series. Every time I look at these, I think it's crazy how big the B series is compared to the single cam.
Yeah, I don't
especially
know.
with the transfer case.
It's hard to tell, but like just looking at them through this screen here, it's like you have to see it in person to see just how massive the difference of these two is.
Right.
It's monumental. So we're still kind of like scratching our heads on like, how's it gonna fit? But it'll fit. We're gonna make it fit, right?
Yeah, we're gonna make it fit. I'm about 99% sure that we are gonna have to cut the subframe up.
Oh yeah, like for sure. That subframe in there is gonna
Because
be all cut.
this right here has got to have somewhere to go.
That's gonna be awesome. And then yeah, I guess apart from that, over here are the seats that we've recently painted up, and yeah, you can really see, like, get up close and see all the black. You can kind of see a little shadow of the SI logo around it, but when you go over to the stitching, you really cannot tell.
Pretty much everything else is just shop stuff. Messy metal rack, because I have no idea how to make that organized. Overflowing chemical shelf. Rack for sharding tools and shop tools that I use poorly.
This is like what you see in the background of the videos that we're doing, where we have like the car over here and then there's me. This is like what you normally see with some nice lighting that I try to throw behind it.
Right. Bolt bins on the wall, bolt bins over there. And of course, this shop's complete without a random shelf of just random knickknacks and stuff.
Oil cans and old stuff. Nice.
Yeah, a lot of Japanese stuff. And then up top, we have, has been referred to it as Jake's JDM attic.
Yeah, let's get over here so you guys can see it.
So in the roof up here, you got 3 levels. You got this level, the upper level, and like peak level over there.
The upper level that you can't even hardly see.
Yeah. So in the roof above us, I have 3 entire EKs completely taken apart and dismantled. And then the very top is a whole CRX, like quarter panels and everything. And some EV parts too.
Yeah. Well, it's currently like 90 degrees out here and no air conditioning, so we've been sweating walking around looking at all of this stuff without any fans on. We normally got like 3-4 fans going on us at any given moment, but yeah.
They're noisy.
They are noisy. We didn't want to have them out here, so we're gonna go ahead and cut it off here. And thanks again for watching. And if you're not, be sure you're subscribed over to Jake right here, and he's got all his projects and cool stuff. And you know, if you're not subscribed there, you're missing out pretty much. So go be sure to subscribe. There's a link down in the description below. And again, if you're not subscribed here, be sure you are. Click that notification bell so you can be aware of whenever we're going to upload our next video. And we'll see you in the next one. Later.
Bye.